In this video, I'll show you how to go from a photograph like this to this and this to this using Luminar Neo. Stay tuned. As a photographer, I want to pride myself in my own ability to see and recognize a scene, take the photo, and represent it through my vision. As a human being, too, I value things that are more analog and more tangible. For example, I like to paint. They're not very good, but I use paint. So brushes, I love them. I draw with pencils. I print my photographs as much as possible. I love vintage clothes, antique furniture, and the list goes on. Rewind to about a month ago, and Luminar reached out to me asking if I can review their AI-based image editing software, Luminar Neo. Again, going back to the kind of person that I am, I was a little bit hesitant, but after I tried it out for a bit, I figured out that it's going to be a very powerful tool for certain scenarios. And so in this video, I wanted to show you how I've been using the tool, and lastly, I wanted to thank Luminar for sponsoring this video. Hey everyone, Ulysses here. I hope you're all having a great, wonderful day. Today I wanted to talk about Luminar AI, a AI-based photo editing software. But before that, I just wanted to briefly touch upon one thing. If you've been following my social media, you may know that I've been having a few mental blocks around what I should do in my YouTube channel and how I should represent myself. And I don't know, I just had a lot of blockage every time I tried to film recently. I just ended up kind of sitting dead silent on my chair with the camera pointing at me. I don't think I'm just like cut out to do it. And I feel like I've gotten over it though. So I just wanted to say thank you for sticking around, and thank you for all the beautiful comments that you've provided me. And I hope you can hit a like on this video and enjoy this, and then hopefully watch my videos going forward. So please subscribe. And also I've started a newsletter, so I hope you can sign up to that as well. So a lot of exciting stuff. I'm pretty pumped up myself. So let's get on with the video. Okay, so we have a few images imported, and let's get right in. So the first image, I want to do something not basic, but I want to be pretty practical with this image. So let's get on to presets. Sip this. Okay, so keep in mind, Luminar Neo has everything from AI-based smarter stuff that they do, but they also have more just like general filters. And this preset section is kind of like a filter, if I may. And let's go through a few. Oh, I like that. Let's go with this fashionista one, because I feel like this kind of reminds me of a Christopher Anderson portrait. So let's use this actually as a base. And I mean, it already kind of looks good, but let's crop in just a little bit. With Luminar Neo on the right, and you have these tabs. And under Essentials, this is the more kind of traditional tools that you might have in other, more, again, traditional software like Lightroom. I just want to go to Develop, and I want to bring down the exposure just a bit and bring the contrast up. Again, I feel like I'm going for like a Christopher Anderson-ish portrait. Okay, so that's a more normal kind of edit. Already looks pretty good. One thing I want to do though is, since it is a portrait, let's fix up skin. And I gotta come clean. I absolutely hate fixing skin. So for people like me, this is wonderful because Luminar, it can fix skin just automatically. So let's go under this portrait tab and skin AI and just crank up this I can't swear, right? Can I? I don't know. Let's crank it up, and then it just magically fixes a bunch of skin blemishes. And I wanna get rid of some of the shine on her face where the highlights are too bright. Click skin defects removal, because I think that'll help. Before, after. That's already looking pretty good. Dang. Face AI. Let's try that. Face light. Okay, so this one is just increasing the exposure on her face. That's amazing. You can also slim faces and whatnot, but nah, I won't be doing that in this video. Goes against my morals. I'm not using that. You can also go to mouth, and then you can add in lip saturation, which is great. I think that's great, actually. She is Japanese, so I won't raise it too much. Is that a stereotype? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Is that a stereotype? I feel like Japanese people's lips aren't that... I don't fucking know. This is already looking pretty good. I want to darken it just a bit. It's a little bit too, like, glamorous for my liking. Super contrast? I don't know what that means. Oh, there we go. That's cool. Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah. Midtones, yeah, let's raise that a bit. Okay, and I think from here, I can reduce the global exposure. Yeah. Okay, this is looking pretty good. And I think I overdid lips just a bit. Okay, so you can go to edits and you can look into the edits they've done. Lip saturation, let's bring that down. And from here, let us include some film grain. Just a bit on this one. I don't want to overdo it on this image. There we go. And then I think it's a little bit too saturated, so let's bring that down ever so slightly. And lastly, let's do this matte thing. I think this is like a fade, I'm guessing. Yeah, it is. And there we go. Let's just end there. Before, after. Nice. I kind of like that. That's pretty good. See, that's a pretty, I think this looks like a pretty normal edit too. So you can do that. Like you can go low key with these edits on Luminar if you wanted to. Okay, let's do another one. And for this image, I want to go for something like a modern filmish look, maybe like a Fuji kind of look. Okay, I think this low, I don't know why, but this low key preset is looking quite good on this image. Let's start off with the skin, because film, usually the skin looks very shiny and smooth and nice because it's not overly sharp. So let's do that. Again, this is like 100% my favorite tool. And let's do this high key thing. Bring down the blacks a bit, even though it's high key. Yeah. And then from here, if I can introduce the color of Pro 400H, it can be a win. There's this thing called LUT under Mood. Ushaya. Let's use that. Bring down the amount. Increase the contrast. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Color harmony. Let's add just a bit of mist. And from here, okay. Yeah, it's working. So add film grain. And I want to go pretty big on this. And I don't know, the eye seems just a little bit too sharp. So I want to increase the soft focus. Can I decrease the structure? Because it's a little bit too like tacky. So I decrease the structure. I think if I can bring the greens a little bit bluer, then it'll do the trick. Yeah, just a bit. And this is a great trick you can apply with Luminar. You can bring down the exposure, and then you can bring up the face light as such. Ooh, that's really good. I think with Fuji stock films, usually the orange is a little bit weaker, so the skin tones are toned for Asian people. So let's bring the oranges down. Wonderful. And then now I can bring the saturation up a little bit more globally. Let's bring out a little bit more stuff in the eyes, because I know that Luminar can do that. What I like doing on this though is increase the iris visibility. And I think that looks really good. Lastly, let's introduce just a little bit of fade, because as I said, I wanted to make this kind of filmy. Again, just a bit though, you add too much fade, then you start looking like Instagram in 2016, so let's not go there. And boom, we are done with this one too. That looks pretty nice. Before, after, voila. I know that I kind of did a lot with that, and I apologize. It might have been a little bit complicated, but so it is with editing. It's never that easy. Okay, and the last image I wanted to do with you guys is not a portrait, because you might be tired of portraits at this point. I wanted to do more of like a atmospheric landscapey kind of photograph that I took. As you see, this is a black and white image that I took on JPEG. I think if I load this, yeah, since it's DNG, it becomes, it turns back to color, but let's turn this back to black and white because this is how I intended the photograph. So let's again look at the presets. I wonder if they have a good monochrome preset because, you know, black and white presets are kind of hard to, you know, do, I gotta say. Oh, let's go with Lighthouse. I wonder if this Lighthouse preset is trying to mimic the movie Lighthouse. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. I chugged water and I spilled it all over me. But that is life, and the show must go on, boys. I want this to be like really moody and really grainy because that's how I envisioned it. And that was kind of how I saw it in my own eyes. I want to make it a little bit less glamorous. So, okay, that's starting to look pretty good. And this is something that I wanted to try out. Yeah, you can add fog. And the point being, like, there's already a good amount of fog in the image. This is really early in the morning. And so I wanted to see if I can enhance what I was seeing with my eyes. Oh, wow. Yeah, you can, like, make it pretty foggy, huh? Oh, I like that. Yeah, I'm starting to dig this. Yeah. So I'm thinking of what I can do with this image at this point, because it already looks pretty damn good. I just rewatched Stalker by Andrei Tarkovsky recently, and I'm very much influenced by that right now. So maybe let's add like a sepia-ish tone to it. So let's try to explore this mood tab. Choose a LUT. Oh! Yep. Sepia. What did I say? Just use that then. Oh, okay. Yeah, that looks... That looks Russian. I like it. Again, and let's add some film grain. Yeah. I like that. Okay, I think we're about done, but maybe there's one more thing I want to do. I want to bring the exposure down just a little bit more, but enhance the lighter parts a little bit more. If I play with the super contrast tab, and maybe if we bring down the midtones, make it like creepier, right? I think. Boom! Okay, before, after. Wow, how is that? I think that's really good. Yeah, it feels like I'm in a sepia movie. I'm enjoying this. It's great. Okay guys, so that's the end of the demo of the editing process. What do you guys think? I personally think that some of the edits actually turned out pretty good. And, you know, although some of the edits that were made, you know, those are things that you could do in whatever editing software these days, I do think that some of the edits that I made were not possible, perhaps, on other editing software. And to recap my thoughts on the software itself, again, you know, as a candid photographer mainly, there are, you know, things that I won't touch, but like this is a very powerful tool that can be used for many different applications, especially again in the more kind of commercial realm, maybe like portraits, maybe you're taking images of like, I don't know, like objects, stills. I think in a commercial realm, this can be used really, really effectively. And that's how I see myself using it mainly. If I have somehow convinced you in this video and you want to try it out for yourself, there is a link down below in the description box, and there's a referral code. So you can use that if you want. I think there's a slight discount, so please go ahead and use it. But I also know that AI, anything, you know, is very controversial. So let me know your thoughts. If you have any opinions on the software or AI in general in the photography space, let me know down in the comments below. If you have questions about some of the edits I made or about the software, please let me know down in the comment section below. And again, thank you Luminar for sponsoring this video. Again, before I sign off, check out the link down in the description box below if you're interested. Thank you Luminar so much for sponsoring this video. It was a joy to use. And also guys, check out my newsletter that I'm just starting. It'll help me a lot if you subscribe to the newsletter as well. I'm very excited about that. Okay, so thank you very much. See you in the next one. Goodbye. Sayonara.